At point guard, 6 feet 1 inches, number 23, Trey Burke. The other forward, standing 6'8", number 12, TJ Warren. In the middle, 7 feet 1 inch, number 22,
It's the home of the Suns here in Phoenix, Arizona, as 2K Sports brings you today's action live from the desert with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. This is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines, we have David Aldridge reporting. Last outing for Phoenix, they won that game against the Lakers in Los Angeles. And, of course, that game going to overtime, a very exciting finish there, but they stayed strong to the end and pulled it off.
And what an outstanding win it was. I mean, to get it the way they did in overtime made it that much sweeter.
You know, they came in as the underdog here. Very low expectations, could play without pressure, and clearly that worked.
Here's the starting group for Houston. They've got Jackson. Smith is out there with Harden. Then it's Collins, and it's Doncic in at the 3 slot. Harden, and Harden with the stop.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
And so Booker will bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. This arena in downtown Phoenix opened in 1992. Doors in 2022. They can opt out of their lease. Otherwise, they'll be locked in for another 10 years.
Well, they're currently playing in the 6th oldest NBA arena, and the Suns are hoping to either renovate that building or build a brand new one. The question becomes, of course, who pays for it?
And Harden is more than just a scorer. He's also got some sensational handles and passing instincts. Loves connecting with his teammates.
Now, here's Burke, coming off a solid outing against the Lakers. Warren kicks to Burke. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
And he'll take that. The nice, easy mid-range jumper. First bucket of the day.
A pretty good way to start the game, right? The defense has to be more aggressive, keeping him away from that area of the floor, or it's going to be a long night.
And it's Smith missing. Suns have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Burke finds Chris. Kicks it out to Booker. A 3-pointer off the mark.
And just the kind of start you're hoping to avoid. 1 for 5 from the field here early on.
Shot by Collins, no good.
I don't think the defense is much of a factor there. He just botches the finish.
A floater, and Warren with the lane. And it's all knotted up.
Well, so committed to scoring near the cup. TJ Warren, nice touch.
It's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. The 2K leaderboard is on the screen now to reveal the dominant scores in the NBA over the last month. James Harden, 3rd.
What a performance offensively. Something has really clicked with his game over this stretch.
Pass to Doncic. You're seeing some guys who were role players last year, Doris, now stepping up in their games individually and becoming more prominent.
Well, I think that has to do with 2 things. First, the offseason work you put in. It's really advanced at this point. And what that work that you put in the offseason does is it raises your confidence level. And when you step between the lines, you better believe you can contribute. So it's, yes, it's skill development, it's strength, it's conditioning, it's nutrition. There's so many things that go into a role player starting to become more assertive and more involved.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
Yeah, just ice cold right now from the floor. Time to regroup.
And I think, Greg, they look lost and they look frustrated. Not sure how they're missing so many shots right now.
And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. Now here's Moutier. He's covered by Matt. Moutier kicks to O'Quinn. A floater. No good that time. And it's Houston the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
And really, I thought what was the difference in that game? Offensive rebounding, or the lack thereof. A lot of one-and-dones in that game.
You know, if you're going to create more points, you need to create extra possessions. And getting wiped out on the boards kept that from happening.
And it's good, 2 points. For Houston, they've gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. To the inside. Here's Brooks. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And 1:01 left in the first quarter. It's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. Here's Brooks. No good on the quick 3. Got a piece of it. Here's Jackson. Offensive rebound. Moutier. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Here's Mack. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Josh Jackson.
Well, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Rockets shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
And it's Moutier with the ball. He brings it up for the Phoenix Suns. They trail by 1. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season. O'Quinn, the pass to Bishop. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Brooks. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Brooks. Here's Williams. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 23 points for him the last game against San Antonio.
And guys, he was also huge on defense, turning away 2 shots and altering countless more.
Here's Bridges. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Rockets lead by 3. 2K Sports back to Phoenix after this.
Started a new game?
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
I think they play great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
You love that they're making the offense work, right? Making every single thing they try to do hard.
We've got Bridges. Kyle O'Quinn out there with Josh Jackson. Then it's Moutier, and it's Bishop in at the 1 spot. So that's the Suns' 5 as we get into the second quarter. It's good on the putback. O'Quinn's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for Phoenix.
If you do not put a body on Kyle O'Quinn, you will pay the price because he is a tremendous offensive rebounder.
Mack finds Williams. And Josh Jackson picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Passes it to Brooks. Booker, he's checked in for Emmanuel Moutier. And then for Houston, Jackson, he's checked in for Aaron Baines. And James Harden subbed in for Shelvin Mack. Harden against Booker. Stolen by O'Quinn. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Houston. On Sunday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Then on Sunday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans. The Suns shooting their first free throws of the night.
Well, Josh Jackson, the number 4 pick in the draft, despite having a little bit of a raw offensive game. But you think about his motor, the competitiveness, the intensity, what a high ceiling here.
Ayton, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. And then for Houston, Allen's checked in for Williams. And Smith subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander.
And made only about a quarter of their shots in the first. Totally flat, but they bounced back and built a lead here with a much better second quarter.
And talking about Jackson, he wasn't the only member in his family to play college basketball in Kansas.
Right. His mom didn't go to the same school as Josh. Started out at the community college there. But eventually she transferred to a Division I school. Actually got a WNBA tryout. There's great basketball talent that runs in this family, guys.
An absolute beast inside. Love how Aiden uses his size to draw these fouls.
Both teams will make substitutions. Now here's Harden. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against San Antonio.
And what opened things up for him was his passing. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off him.
Here's Burke after Luka Doncic's bucket. Chris passed to Warren. Got a piece of it.
And not exactly quick off the floor, but Luka uses great anticipation to make defensive plays.
Now, here is Harden. Here's Smith. And the shot goes in. And the Rockets lead by 1.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Now, here's Burke, covered by Smith. Nice ball movement by Pheonix. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. When it comes to filling in the rest of a roster, pieces around your star players, what qualities you think these teams are looking for, or should you be looking for in a role player?
Well, I think one of the first things you have to think about, or what are the best attributes of my stars? So is my star a great driver creator? Then I need to put great shooters around him to enhance his driving and playmaking abilities. But the other part of a role player is you've got to be willing to do the dirty work, to sacrifice the headlines and dig in on the defensive end, to absorb the best matchup of the opponent every night. And that means sometimes you're going to get scored on 5-6 times in a row. That's how good the offensive players in the league are. So there are many qualities, but those are just a couple off the top of my head, Kev.
Well, remember, T.J. Warren, he averaged 25 a game this second season at NC State. You want to know his role in the NBA? It's quite simple. A professional scorer. And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Burke kicks to Warren. Back to Burke. And the pass to Warren. And it's Warren with the jam.
Well, T.J. Warren finishes with authority. I'll give you a salute, sir.
Here's Harden. And it's Harden slamming it down.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Habit, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
When Dennis Smith Jr. gets going, Doris, you can just see the explosiveness he has.
Oh, Kev, I mean, I'll tell you, the burst is amazing. And what I like is he will dunk over any player, and if necessary, dunk through a player.
Emmanuel Moutier's checked in for Phoenix. Max checked in for Houston. Moutier finds Chris up high to stop the alley-oop.
Well, first of all, that's a great pass. But how about Chris with the vertical assault on the rim?
Smith outside. 1:14 left here in the second. And stolen by Ayton. And up the court come the Suns on the break. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Ayton's got 5 points in the quarter.
You know, for a first guy early in his career, Booker's been tremendous finding the open man.
Doncic, no good.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they've got a nice groove going right now offensively. That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint. And a good opportunity here to go 2 for 1.
Let's see what they do here, Greg, right? Because you know they want to get a couple of possessions out of the time left.
Smith for 3. No good that time. The Suns go the other way with it. After this one, they take on the Clippers at the Staples Center. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
Boy, that's just the kind of tight defense you need to play on him. Any kind of room at all, and he'll bury it.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Well, that's how you attack in transition. Remarkable effort, getting as high percentage a look as you can really get.
Don't have to be in a hurry. They can hold for the last one.
And I think that's exactly what you'll see here, right? They don't want the other team getting that final look. You know, rough start for him, but he seems to have turned the corner here in the second period.
He kicks it to Doncic. No good with the layup, but they'll get another chance. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. The Suns on top. They lead by 3. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. For the Suns, the first quarter was pretty even. They kept at it on both ends of the floor, and at the end of the period, they had a slight deficit of 3 points. The second quarter was a different story than the first. They played with energy and confidence in building a 3-point lead at the break. Kenny, let's start with you. What did you think about the Suns?
You have to love a team that pounds the offensive glass. That's going to gain you extra possessions. And check this out. Sometimes just having more offensive chances than your opponent wins the basketball game.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Rockets.
Well, they could be ahead in this game if they were taking care of the boards. More possession means more score.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. We've seen T.J. Warren really having a great game.
And they haven't needed a lot of shots to get their points. Just tremendous efficiency here in the first half.
I think you can look to specifically the patience and the shot creation. Really solid effort.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at the Rockets. Jackson is out there with John Collins. Then there's Doncic. Then it's Dennis Smith. And it's Harden in at the 2 spot.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And a miss there on the triple. Outside Warren. And there's the call on John Collins. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Ayton. 5 points in the game. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And Chris throws it down.
Well, this is one aspect you'd like to see more of from T.J. Warren. We know he's a great scorer. Pretty dime there.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment. Indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Happy. Here's Harden. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists now in this one.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
Down low. Stolen by Jackson. In the dunk by Doncic.
And you can tell that Doncic loves leaking out. They're able to get to the right spot there in transition.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Timeout call, the Suns. With the analysis, the defensive impact becoming more advanced, Doris, do you think that helps defenders gain recognition even when they're not putting up numbers in individual statistical categories?
Well, think about a recent winner of the Defensive Player of the Year, and that's Draymond Green, whose value becomes into sharp focus, particularly in the fourth quarter of games, when it becomes a possession ball game, and Draymond Green is flying around the floor in help defensive position, covering up for teammates' mistakes. I absolutely think, Kevin, increasingly because of the advanced metrics, that players can be defined outside of points and rebounds. So I love the impact of the numbers.
Jackson passes to Book. And the rebound goes to the Rockets.
Well, obviously it's been an off night for him offensively, but give his teammates credit. They've bailed him out. He's still got time to turn it around.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. No good on the three. The Suns have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Plenty of space. He gets it in there. Now it's a 3-point Suns lead. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Takes the 13-footer. Free throw line jump shot. Another miss by Houston. Suns leading by 3. Jackson has the open look. Another one falls for Pheonix.
Well, if you can be efficient, you want to work that mid-range jumper into your game. Josh Jackson does it there.
3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Suns have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Knocks it loose, and that's out of bounds. Pheonix will retain possession. And just who is providing all the playmaking here tonight? Let's look at the breakdown between the front and backcourt for the Suns.
This backcourt is really shouldering the load in terms of the ball movement and great assists. When you look at the overall contributions compared to the bigs, nice work on distributing the ball.
The wing jumper off target. Houston's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Harden's shot is good.
And it's another James Harden special we're witnessing here tonight. I think this fella's got some game.
Booker outside. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. And O'Quinn kicks to Booker. 6 on the shot clock, and he's finally able to knock one down. Booker's got 8 points.
Now, teams are playing him to set up behind the arc, but Booker can just as easily beat you from the mid-range.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Doris, when you think about Devin Booker, you have to think about the 70 points he dropped on the Celtics that one night.
Woo, what a special evening that was, Kevin. Most points ever for a Phoenix Suns player. Most points ever scored against the Celtics. More than Wilt Chamberlain. Think about that, Kev.
The Suns making a switch here. Moutier is checked in, and Jackson gets it to go.
Man, this thing is just going back and forth tonight.
Neither team wants to give an inch. This is fun. Both teams trying desperately to seize the momentum.
Good on the shot.
They are just killing them on the interior.
To the middle, here's Bishop. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. Moutier's got 3 assists tonight. As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And the Suns making a change here. .32 seconds left in the third quarter. They get it back.
Boy, the defense collapsing and throwing him off balance on his way to the cup.
There's Jackson with the 3. And that's a foul called on T.J. Warren. That's foul number 2 for him. And it's Williams with the ball for Houston. It's a 1-point game. Down low. The Rockets pull it in. Williams has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Jackson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And taking a look back at his performance at the line a year ago, rock solid 79%.
He's perfect from the line this time.
I tell you, as good as he is at the line, it allows him to invite contact when he's down low.
James Harden getting it done for Houston. And it was from three-point range where he did the most damage. He knocked down 3 in that quarter. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
And to me, Jay, you love the unselfishness, finding the best look, and it doesn't matter who's taking it.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. The Suns trailing. Chris down low with Ayton. Boudier out there with Trey Burke. And it's Warren in at the small forward position. That's who's out there for Pheonix. And Jackson with the block. And for Houston, they're shooting well. 50% from the floor. Collins dishes to Jackson. Smith for 3. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Burke the pass to Ayton. Warren kicks to Ayton. Pass to Burke. 3-pointer. A 3-pointer is right on target.
And really liking the effort we see here tonight. Neither team giving much ground.
Now, I think, Greg, you've got to love how much effort has been exerted by both teams. What a tight ball game we've got.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
The first free throw is good. So he gets them both.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Kicks it to Boudier. Just over a minute played here in the 4th. Ayton, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And at 7'1" and 250 pounds, Ayton is a handful. Not easy trying to guard him without fouling.
The Suns making a switch here. Booker's checked in. James Harden, he's checked in for Houston.
Only down 2 now, but that miss might come back to haunt you. If they don't get a stop, it's back to a 2-possession game.
And he makes the first.
You know, it tells you something about Harden that he's led the league in free throw attempts so many times. This man is always in attack mode. And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
They retain possession. Another shot. That one's in there. Pocket lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Chris.
Well, you love the aggressiveness. Chris not drifting around on the outside. He's getting it done in the painted area.
And Jackson throws it down hard.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. And the foul on Dennis Smith Jr. That's his first foul. Ayton with it. Back to Burke. And yes, it's good.
A good score inside, and the defense really offering very little resistance.
They've got to be willing to step up. And when it's this close, you just can't let them get easy buckets. Make them feel you a bit.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Timeout called, the Rockets.
And if you're sensing a concern, best thing you can do is call timeout.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt. You've got to get this game under control. I think he sees some adjustments he can make.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Mike D'Antoni was talking about with his team, and he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed. Guys.
Yeah, Dennis Smith Jr. is a tough cover because he can finish with either hand. You better not give up the lane because he'll make you look foolish.
Suns trail by 6. Booker looking around, and that one drops.
Devin Booker with the big shot. He may be young, but he's got big-time game.
Smith outside, pass to Collins. In the corner, Harden. And the 3 off target.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Booker, guarded by Harden. No good from Booker. Rockets leading by 4, and it's the Rockets on the break. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
Well, in that individual matchup, the rim is totally unprotected. He's just got too much size on him.
Jackson, he's checked in for the Suns. And a switch here also for Houston. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Here's Booker. Bullseye. Booker's got 4 points now in the quarter.
A high-volume scorer with terrific instincts. Booker can torture a defense when he gets rolling.
Now, here's Doncic. He's guarded closely. All alone. Burt grabs the miss.
Kicking himself on that one. That is the shot he wanted.
Well, that's usually money in the bank for that guy. Not sure how he missed that one. Well, he can hit big shots. Booker's about as confident a young man as we've seen when the pressure's on.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
And just great offensive execution by both sides, leaving nothing on the table.
What an offensive clinic we have been given today. They're hitting every single thing they put at the rim right now.
There's the pass to Harden. And some nice passing there by Houston. Outside for Jackson. Off target from three-point range. Absolutely critical chance right here.
They need this one to go their way.
The offensive rebound. Booker with no one around. Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And he's just putting the team on his back when he's needed most.
Don't you just love to see that confidence when taking these big shots?
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket.
And the Suns call time. They're behind by 4. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And now a chance to check out some of the tremendous play tonight from our Jordan player of the game.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. For 3, Booker, it's in! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Yeah, releasing the ball at its highest point, that allows Booker to drain jumpers over people.
Had to foul him on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
A bit of heroics at the line right there as he bumps their lead to 3 and makes things a little easier for them defensively.
The rebound by Harden. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Burke covering. Yes!
Just terrific determination. First, compiling the lead, and now building on it.
Yeah, Greg, I think it's very difficult coming back in this instance. They have owned this game. Don't see them coughing up this lead.
And we talk about this a lot. Turnovers leading to transition points.
Right, they're making it easy for the opposition. You can't afford to cough the ball up like that.
So we see the Rockets get the win here. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Congrats, James, on the win. This is a very tough team. What does it mean to beat them?
It meant a lot. We wanted to come out here and play with some energy. Guys made shots defensively. It was a gutsy win for us.
I'm sure you'll see these guys again. Thanks, James. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldrich, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.
Shade, bro.